My name's Alicia. I'm Adventures of Stitching, and we're gonna just get right into a whip parade today. It's been about 6 months since my last whip parade, which is perfect. I actually did my first Flosstube as a whip parade as kind of an introduction into me and, you know, what I like. And I just thought that was perfect when I was looking back over stuff to try to get progress pictures. And I was like, oh, June 18th, that's kind of cool because it's kind of mid-January. It's exactly 6 months. So we're going to get, I might possibly just do 6-month intervals of whip parades, but we'll see. Because I have fun doing them. I mean, half the fun of stitching is showing off what you're doing. And so, yeah. In case you have noticed, I am in a different location. My husband and I, we winter in Florida, and we're at our Florida home right now. And I know many of you wonder how in the world we can do that. Well, my husband likes to, well, not likes, he does like to, but his profession is auto body repair, so he fixes dents and stuff, but his main specialty is to restore classics. So he'll restore classic cars. And then just the recent couple years, he likes to restore wooden boats, classic wooden boats from like the 60s, 50s era. So if he has a garage or a shop, he can basically work from anywhere. And we have friends here where they want him to do their cars. So anyways, that was kind of like a short story long, but that's how we're able to be down here for a few months at a time. Originally, I'm from Ohio. If you want to go really far back, originally I'm from Seattle, Washington. I was born in Everett, Pacific Northwest. So I have a lot of roots and attachment there because my whole extended family is from there. Where was I on my notes? I have tons and tons of notes because in whip parades you can get lost if you're not careful. I have a few people I want to thank for shouting me out. Tally Cross Stitch. This was about a week ago, I think, but she shouted me out. Thank you so much. Corey Creates. Now I know this is probably Nikki Stitchy's doing, but she's probably sent Corey over here, but I was already subscribed to Corey and I was getting around to shouting her out. So hi Corey. Love your channel. And then number 3, Rachel Q Stitches. I know part of the reason she shouted me out is we're doing a sal together, which I will get to later in the whip parade. But thank you so much for saying hey. And then number 4, I might have already mentioned her, but Carla from Stitch Me Sane. She's a newbie. Love her so much. She's Australian, and I have like fondness for Australians and their accents. It's like makes me so happy. So we've been chatting here and there, getting closer. So definitely check her channel out if you haven't yet. She's super fun. She's doing this fantastic wall of women, which I think is an amazing idea. And I can't wait to see more progress from her. So got all that out of the way. Shall we jump in for whip number 1? And I'm, by the way, going to be doing this chronologically. I thought, you know, that might as well make it easy, and I can kind of follow through in the future. It might make it easier for future me. So number 1 that you all know and love is Cinderella from Thomas Kincaid. Is that Candamar Designs? They're out of business now, which is probably why these are all rare. Because you can't get them anymore. They discontinued them. Ooh, Parked Threads. As always, not prepared, but okay. And masking tape. Here we go. Number 1, Cinderella, Wishes Upon a Dream. I don't think I made a ton of progress on this. I guess I kind of have. I got Cinderella and Prince Charming in there, finished off that tree, and I'm over here. I finished the band here, so I'm all the way over to the right corner. But there you have it. I'll put up before pictures of my last whip parade. This is probably going to flow into a progress type of video too, since it's been a month, which I'm fine with. So there's that one. I started that in 2017. It's on the kit fabric, which I have learned I'll probably regret because of all the fractionals I'll be doing in the bottom half. What else can I say about that? I started it in 2017-ish. I can't really remember because I didn't care to keep track back then. Whip number 2 is Mickey and Minnie's Sweetheart Cove, also a Thomas Kincaid, but I have recently learned since starting Flosstube and all of that, that this is actually probably under a copyright infringement. And I'm still on the fence, guys. I don't know if I should keep doing it. I feel a little bit of a guilt in doing this, but let me explain. There's a little disclaimer. I started this for our anniversary in 2021. So I have like a thing where if I toss it out and UFO it, then it's like part of the history and love that we have. But anyways, me and my husband, I think of Mickey and Minnie at this cottage a lot. So this is how far I've gotten. Can't get a good angle. I'm not used to doing it from this side. But there you go. I should probably pull up percentages now that this one's in Pattern Keeper. Let me do that. Because I have my tablet right here. This one, I don't know where it was at before, but it's thinking. 21.21% complete. Look at that. That's a cool number. 26,723 stitches out of 129,972. And I don't even know how many page completions that is. 6 or 7. So that's on 25 count opalescent Lugana. And I started out doing 1/1 full cross, but up in these pages, I'm going to try to show you. I did this in my last video that I worked on this. I switched to 2/1 tent. You cannot see the difference. I challenge you to find when I switched over. So that's pretty cool. So I kind of mentioned I started it for our anniversary, but that was September 23rd in 2021. So this is, well, I guess it's not technically 2 years old yet. All right, it's gonna be one of those days. The husband came in. So that was that. Okay, Middle Earth map. Gift for my brother for his 40th birthday. Hopefully it will be finished in 2024. I have until December, that's good, but what am I doing to myself? I don't know. So I think I've made a lot of progress on these last 6 months, like 4 pages maybe. So this is 27 count Linda, 2/1 tent stitch. Started this October 2021, something like that. Again, did not keep track of the date for this one. Whip number 4. We're into 2022 starts now. This is the year where things get crazy because I started Instagram in February and Flosstube in June, and boom, whips galore. That's all I gotta say about that. I gotta get this all. Middle Earth map. See, I told you I'm a mess. Middle Earth map. I am 11.64% complete. I've done 34,646 stitches out of 297,700 stitches. Wow. This is kind of funny, but I was looking through the colors, and since I've gotten into a little bit of extreme cross country to color complete, I was like, I wonder what that would be like on my map. There are colors in here. 436 has 35,000 stitches. 422 has 40,000 stitches. 3863, 24,000. 3856, 25,000. Like, I'm telling you guys, that's why this is stitching up so fast, is there's only like 22 colors. So you can just basically do tons and tons of block stitching. It can get a little tiresome doing all those tans and browns, but it is satisfying. It's very satisfying. So if you ever do like a small quantity color chart, like a grayscale chart, it's fun because you feel like you're just breezing through it. You're not having to change colors all that much. Oh, I don't have numbers for this because it's technically a bunch of separate charts. Oh well. It's a lot of stitches. So this is my Pain Free Crafts Chris Dunn artist highlight. It was a mystery stitch along for 2022, but now all the parts are out, so it's not a mystery anymore. And I think you could probably still get it. It just wouldn't be a mystery Sal. But we have this much done. I have part 1 and 2 complete, and I am working on part 3, which is Mr. Toad. And I think all of these are where your fractional stitches are going to come in, which is why they wanted you to use these like 28, 32, or 36 count fabrics. But so far, the bunny, I did 2/2 full cross. I think her name is Miss Paisley. And for the longest time, I thought she was reading, but she's actually journaling or writing a story. Maybe she's thinking about her friends. I don't know, but it's The Wind in the Willows. And they basically took segments of the story and the characters, and they kind of just blended it together. So she's the only part that's full coverage, and her picture, let's see, I'm going to put a picture of what it'll look like when it's complete. Kind of, in a way, they give you options. So you can like do a left facing or right facing for the characters, and then you can decide like which octagon you want to put the characters in. But basically up in here, this is going to be like a archway that matches down here, matches her seat. And then there's going to be some like more greenery and some sky this way, and I think her feet are here. Stretched out. And then these little squares you get to do black work, which I've never done before. So I'm a little intimidated, but I know it's just basically fancy back stitching. I really wish I had numbers for that. I know she was like 20,000 stitches, and it took me, what, guys? Did that take me 8 months to do? I don't care how long it takes, but I would eventually like to finish it. And I do have these on Whip Goes, so I will be working on them throughout the year. Next is again, I don't have numbers for it because it's a paper chart, but this is Star Wars. Let's see, will the glare get ya? We'll just go like that. It's Luke and Princess Leia. And I worked this side. I kind of am working in quadrants because that's how the pattern works. And I only work on this technically for Whip Go, if it's called, and in May, for May the 4th be with you, and Revenge of the 5th, and what's the 6th? Someone, someone thought of what the 6 could be. Let me know in the comments. You guys probably know. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I do enjoy it. Probably because, like, I didn't grow up watching it. I watched it after I was an adult and married because my husband's really into it. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. Better than I gave credit for. But I'm not a fan. So it's interesting that I'm doing this, but whatever. So yeah, I have the entire... I don't think there's back stitching. If there is, I don't have the back stitching done. But I have the entire bottom quarter of that done. And a lot of you guys were cracking up because I mentioned how the shading for her looks like a bad spray tan. It still does. I have to be honest with you. But I think when it's done, it'll look more just like a regular skin tone tan. But that is... literally blends of orange and red. I don't know if you can see that. That's not a true leg color. I'm never gonna get over that. But I'm looking forward to this rolling around again. It's kind of a quick one because a lot of it is half stitch, some of it's full cross, and it's not full coverage, so it just feels like it flies. I only worked on that a few days. And then, the very first Heaven and Earth design for me. And I think I have needle minders locked together. Ooh, that's not good. Oh my goodness, I don't even know if I could fit this fabric in. I can't fit this fabric in the camera. No, there's no way. This is the Grand Library Supersize Max Color by Amy Stewart. I'm doing it on 28 count, 2/1/2 cross. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's gonna be cool when it's done. Oh my goodness. Oh well. It's fun. Don't let anyone tell you different. Parked threads. Okay. I don't know how to fix that. I had this wrapped up to travel down here, so everything got a little bit knocked around, but this, I think, did I hit 2%, guys? Let's check. I'm not sure. I feel so discombobulated, man. Yep, 2.36%, which, in case you're wondering, I have 16,882 stitches done out of 715,284 stitches. This might take me longer than 10 years, I don't know. But last time in my whip parade, I remember I was trying to do a diagonal, and I was actually just talking to Angie from Angie Slowly Crafts the other day about how I cannot, it's like it does not compute for me to read on a diagonal for these patterns. I tried it the other day again, and it took 5 minutes, and I was like, this is just gonna mess me up. So props to you guys who can read on an angle, because I can't. Anyways, all that to say, I was working on a diagonal right here. In my last whip parade, that's all I had. So in 6 months' time, I've gotten this far. I converted many different times in many different methods, and I've landed on Royal Rose. And to be honest with you, I might change it up again. But we shall see. So this is one page, I believe, is completely complete. Yep, I think that one's complete. And I have about half of page 2 and 3 done. I don't know where I'll go after I get those done. So that's enough of that one. I'm using CXC threads, and for the most part, I love them. They're a lot more affordable, but this is the only project I am using CXC, so since it's not like all of my projects, it's not super streamlined, I guess. But one of my main problems with this project exclusively, is that it's on 28 count, and I think that might be a little too tight for CXC because it is a little bit fuller. And I think that's making it real hard for me to want to work on it. So I don't think I can switch over to DMC, but I think the coverage would be, I'd be happier with it. So I don't really know what I'll do there. If you guys have any ideas, like, should I switch to 1/1/2 cross? Because right now it's 2/1 and it just feels thick. Let me know. Open to suggestions. That was for the Anything Amy Sal that the Stitchketeers decided to start. And if you have an Amy Stewart pattern and you're working on it, go ahead and jump in because everybody's doing it. Everybody in the world who has an Amy Stewart pattern and is on Instagram is using that hashtag, and it's so fun. It's almost as popular as like a Hade brand hashtag. Hade is Heaven and Earth Designs, in case you were lost there. So number 7 is Blue Eyed Tiger Mini from Artisy. Can't remember the artist's name, but I started this with Irene from Stitches in the Tropics on August 12th, 2022. The artist is Colin Bogle. This is on 18 count, 2/1 full cross. And since I started this in August, I don't have a progress photo for you. So this is basically a new one. And I'm just trying to organize those threads because I'm still kind of doing a little bit of a Royal Rose method here. But over here I went rogue. And I decided I wanted to do cross country. So it just seemed like the pattern was sort of wanting that because they were sort of scattering down and around, and instead of wanting to park for one stitch, I just decided to go ahead and do it. That one's fun. It is, I don't know if I made it 10% yet. Yes. So this one is 10.28% complete. I've done 3,228 stitches out of 31,400. I thought that one was actually going to go quicker than it has, but I've ignored it a lot. It's taken a lot of back burner action. Number 8 is a fun one. I did this September 1st, I believe we started it, and it was for a Gilmore Girls stitch along where you could do any pattern you want. And me and Angie from Angie Slowly Crafts had the idea that we wanted to watch the show and stitch on this, and whenever you watch the show you have to stitch on the Gilmore Girls pattern. I think I made it to season 2, like middle of season 2, but I'm waiting for her to catch up. If you have fallen off, we haven't stopped the Sal and probably won't until we finish watching the series or our pattern, whichever comes first. But my pattern is Ottoman Stars Hollow by Black Needle Society, and unfortunately I think they're all sold out. I think they're all gone. And then the future release patterns, they do 1 season of the Gilmore Girls per year for the boxes that they send out, but for regular people to just buy the pattern, they're not releasing summer. What is it they started with? Anyway, summer, winter, spring. They're not releasing those until all of the boxes of all the years are out. So that means we have to wait until 2025 to get summer. Not super happy about it, but I understand the reasoning. They're trying to calm down the resale of patterns. But this is how far I've gotten. I'm guessing that's about 30%. Because it only goes to, I don't think I have it marked, but it's a perfect square. It's like 99 stitches by 99 stitches. So I feel like I have this done, and then there's gonna be a middle and this side. So yeah, I really think it's about 30%. And this is gonna be a lamp post. There's my favorite part, the pumpkin, and then these leaves were actually really fun. This has been a really fun pattern. I've been able to like kind of lose myself in it when I work on it. So yeah, that one's fun. I'll have to get that one out again. But I left without all of my Gilmore Girls DVDs. So it's gonna be April probably before I can watch the show again. So that gives everyone time to catch up if you're behind. If you're ahead of me and have finished, congratulations to you. The hashtag we're using is I need coffee in an IV MRA SAL. MRA stands for marathon because of the way we're trying to do the show and stitch too. SAL is stitch along or start along because that seems like what we're doing. Next one is Simple Pleasures by Chris Dunn from Pain Free Crafts for the Simple Pleasures Sal. That's a hashtag. And I started this with Claire Woodland on Instagram. And Lauren from Flossabilities here on YouTube and Instagram is jumping on board, but she still has to start hers. And I understand why. Like, she's got this rotation and plan and everything. So it's all good. We're waiting for you, girl. We're here for the next 5 or 10 years, I'm sure. And I think when you start it, you're going to be able to just breathe ahead of all of us. Because I have a lot of stuff I'm trying to weave through. I'm trying to figure out which way's up. I think this is right. I'm doing this extreme cross country, and I think the number of thread I'm using is 3371. It's my least favorite thing to do right now is stitch with brown thread because of my map. So I'm a little tired of it. I have excess fabric down here. This is probably supposed to be this size, but that's that. It's a cutie. I love it. I think it's a popular one on Instagram. You guys keep saying you love seeing it. I'll pull up my stats. 4.2% done. And that's even 4.20%. 5,212 stitches complete out of 124,000 stitches. I'm doing this 2 over 1/10 stitch on 25 count easy guide or easy count fabric. I'm having a lot of fun with that one. Okay, I was gonna do this in my Flosstube, my next like normal Flosstube, but me and Angie Slowly Crafts were kind of already sort of doing this of some sort in November, December, where we're like, okay, we want to do this many stitches on a project. You pick the project. So then the other person's just kind of like at random, like, oh, I want to see this one, put 500 in that. That turned into a plan to do a thing that we have called Wheel of Stitches. You have one wheel that has a variety of different goals, and I'll put a picture of mine here. I have different stitch count goals, different percentage goals, and different day goals, like how many days you want to work on it. And so I'll spin for the number of the goal that I'm supposed to do, or challenge, what have you. And then I'll send a picture of my other wheel to Angie, and she will hand select the project. Well, I spun 1,000 stitches, which I decided for me on 10th stitch I needed to double that. So 2,000 stitches, and she selected Simple Pleasures. So you guys can thank Angie because this one came out to play. I figured out if any of you wanted to do Wheel of Stitches on your own, or you know, if you had friends you wanted to join in, we are using hashtag Wheel of Stitches, but basically you can have 2 wheels and you would just spin both wheels for yourself. You can do this any way that you want. You can put any goal that you want. You can have 50 stitches so that you can spin again the next day, or I think I was even talking to Carla from Stitch Me Sane, and I was like, you know, you don't have to finish one goal before you spin for the next one if you want to work on multiple projects a day. Like if you spin a larger goal on a project, well, like 2,000, you can spin again and you could get a 350 stitch goal, and you can say, oh, well, I'll spin a project for that and I can simultaneously go for those goals. I'd say probably don't do more than 3. But it's your call. Do what you want to do. Just don't stress out. Plus, we also have this invisible veto button where if the other one picks a project you really don't want to do, you just say veto and the other person has to pick again. So you can do that too. You can just spin again. I don't like that one. Spin it again. Not in the mood. Spin it again. Okay, back to the whip parade. I'm all over the place, guys. Where am I? Okay. Cozy Winter Evening. Oh, I forgot to say, did I say that? Simple Pleasures, I started October 1st. So Cozy Winter Evening, I started October 31st in celebration of the kickoff of Christmas. I start listening to Christmas music on the 31st of October. I don't decorate then, but that's when I start listening to some fun NSYNC Christmas album music in the car. I'm not even tired of it yet, but it's gone away. I've put it away. It's fine. So this is Cozy Winter Evening Mini by Oleana Babenko from Heaven and Earth Designs. This is also Extreme Cross Country. 2/1 on 27 count Linda. I have made it from this corner all the way down to this corner and all the way to this corner. So the only one left that I have for this color, which is 939, and you go up this side, there's kind of a big chunk of it here. Not too much in the middle because that's where the girl is. But I love this one. I want to work on this a lot more because I have a feeling I won't want to work on it when the seasons change because it is winter. So, and then I know some of you have noticed it's got a little bit of marbling because of my water soluble pen, and I had a little bit of a gritting mistake and I was washing it out and it dried like this, and I was like, that's kind of cool actually, like watercolor. I'm gonna leave it because it'll cover up and it'll wash out later anyways when I'm done. So, like, how cool is that? So this is with 939, and we have a hashtag going. As far as I know, me and Carla might be the only ones that are using it, and I even forgot last time, but it's 939 Anonymous. It's basically a support group for extreme cross country when people have a lot of one color they're stitching, like 310. You need a little bit of love from your people to get through it. So I finished my first complete skein on this. Let me get my numbers. I am 8.66% done, and I've done 6,868 stitches out of 79,300 stitches. I love this one. I can't wait to get to the colors. There's some really pretty reds and golds. All right, the next one. This is one of my only non-full coverage charts. and it was kind of a spontaneous start. Oh, I don't even need that. It's not attached. Okay. It is Well by My Big Toe Designs. I did a Sal with this, with Rainy from Rainy Day Reads, and Tara from One Stitch at a Time. And I have this much done. I don't know. My last Instagram picture had a really good real life depiction of this. But you're gonna have to just go with it. So I think this is 18 count Ada, and I tea coffee dyed it myself, which I named Spilled Latte, and the thread is Classic Colorworks, or is it Gentle Arts? I'm gonna have to look. I'm sure you guys remember, but its color is oatmeal. The Gentle Art. I don't know why I thought it was Classic Colorworks. So yeah, I just have a few more words here, and then this border is identical up at the top, and then I'll be done. I wanted to do a finish of this before the new year, but that didn't happen. I had way too much going on to be able to do that. Obviously, I'm still trying to work on it. I don't even remember, when did we start that, guys? October? Maybe the end? Because my grandpa passed away and I was doing it in honor of him. They did that hymn at his funeral, and it's just a bittersweet thing, and I wanted to do it in his memory before it got too far off. So I love it and I miss him, but he's in a better place. This is my temperature tree from Stitchin' Mommy. We started this, I started the trunk on December 21st, which is the first day of winter solstice. And I still have to do today's, but I guess it's time for me to look up the temperature, but we had some weird temperature changes in here. This was 60 something, and then we've got like 20 here. This purple was super cold. But I'm doing Ohio temperatures because I'll be there most of the year, and I just didn't want to mess with the system. So that one's fun because you only do 10 stitches a day. It's really fun and fast. Oh, my foot fell asleep. Okay. My last one is a new start. And we started this on January 1st as a stitch along. It started out, me and Angie were trying to figure out a pattern that we both loved, and we both had this on our wish list, and I was like, this is really calling to me, you know, let's try this one. Well, little did we know, it became a favorite of so many of you. Like, a few of you even said you had the pattern already, so that made it easy. But anyways, we've got a group of us, and forgive me if I don't include you. I have just been trying to write down names as I see them, and I'm sure I've missed a couple. So let me know if you're doing this as well. This is God Shed His Grace by Abraham Hunter from Artisy. I'm doing the medium size chart. There are many different sizes, and then one of you is doing the Cross Stitch Studio version, which is huge. It's like 900 stitches across. I was so tempted, but I have too many other large projects going, so I'll just live vicariously through you. Is that you, Nikki? Are you the one doing that? I'm having a bad memory day. So we've got Angie Slowly Crafts, Nikki Stitchy, Rachel Q Stitches, Amanda in Stitches, Ladybug Jen. I don't know if I have your full name on here because I just call you Jen. And then I remembered you had Ladybug in your name. So I'll put that on the bottom of the screen so everyone can follow you. Plus, Jen, go make your Flosstube. Go start it. I want to watch. And Mama Carmen. And I think that's all I have in my notes of all of us who are doing it. But again, if you're doing it, write it in the comments, message me on Instagram, tag us, use the hashtag God's Grace Sundays. So far, I've only been able to work on it on Sundays, but that's not a hard, fast rule. You can actually work on it any day of the week. We just like to collectively get together and do it on Sundays. But I plan on working on this on other days. It's just things have been a little bit busier, and I'm having a hard time keeping up with regular stitching. So when things get into their groove, I'll be able to pull it out more because I love it so much. Oh, I love this one. Sorry. Does that bother you if I'm whispering when I get excited? I just don't want to yell like, ah, love it. Oh no, that was Pee Wee Herman. Ah! Oh gosh. Okay, we're gonna get into showing it. Okay. I made it to 1% last night, guys. My light is blowing it out. But yeah, basically I'm in the right corner, upper right corner, and I'm doing storm clouds. So, this is on 25 count. I'm doing 2 over 1/10 stitch. 1% got me 1,349 stitches out of 135,000. So, yay! I think this is 4 or 5 different colors. I was able to pull out a new color last night, this light gray. That one, not super fun, but it's a new color. So, I am enjoying this. That's ultimate favorite. So that's it. That wraps up my whip parade. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope you were stitching this whole time, and that you got a few laughs out of my odd sayings. odd. Just odd personality. I'm gonna save a bunch of stuff that I want to say for a regular Flosstube. I want to do that in a couple days too, but it might not upload for another week. But there's some fun stuff coming in the future, so stay tuned. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, and this community just keeps endearing itself more and more and more, and every single day I get closer to a new person that I can call a friend, and it's just enriching my life. It's making me a happier person, and it's you guys. I have you to thank for that. Thank you so much for listening to me and cheering me on and letting me cheer you on. It's teamwork. This would not be nearly as fun of a hobby without having this community. So it's special. It's a really special place. So on that note, I hope you have a great week and enjoy all the other whip parades that have been coming out. I know I have. So I'll see you later.